same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, way up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going on track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up.
What is up? It is White Trash Donnie, Trailer Talk Tuesday edition. We have Cervantez Beard Co. in the house. He is backstage. We'll have him in momentarily. Again, thank you for joining us. Sorry, we're a little bit late tonight. That is my fault. I had a long day at work, so I was rushing to get home and get everything ready. And sorry I waited till the last minute to do it, but yes, we are here now. So Ellie, Vantoni, Vic, a ton of people in the chat. And of course, my mouse is not working, so I will use the keypad. So let's see who we have in the house. We got Ellie, Jay's Beard Essentials. What's up? Eric. Vantoni, Beard Shack. What's up, everyone? ABB. Thanks for coming in and joining us tonight. Like I said, we have Cervantez Beard Company on tonight. It is his first live stream as well. So when we bring him in, wish him a warm welcome, and we'll get the show started here shortly. Again, we have another episode of the Beard Feud. So the winner will have a prize of Mr. Cervantez's choice. And so backstory with him, he is based out of Hollywood, if you could not tell with the intro, and he is into the car culture, lowriders and things like that. So kind of put it around his likes and had a little bit of fun with it. So what's up, Vato? Thanks for coming in. Don't like Vato says, don't be a bearded Karen. Hit the like button. And right, we got the superstar from Hollywood ready to roll. And boom. How we doing?
How's it going, everybody?
So like I said, it's his first live, so let's take it easy on him. And we're popping his live cherry, as we say. Vato, can the questions be in Spanish just for tonight? I don't speak Spanish. Do you speak Spanish?
No, let's keep them in English, please.
So, yep, Vato, you're out of luck. Sorry, buddy. What's up, Michael P? Thanks for coming in. That metal guy. What's up, brother? Bearded Chef's Kitchen. It's a new name I haven't seen. Thanks for coming in. And yes, no cryotizing, Vato. Ellie is in everybody's stream, so she is much appreciated.
How's it going, everybody?
Metal guy, what's up? Big Jesse in the house. Come on, this is the only chance I have. Sorry, Vato. Neither one of us can speak Spanish. So maybe one day we'll get someone on that can speak your native tongue. I know you understand English anyway, but you're good, Vato. Quit giving us a hard time. If not, I'll have Vic kick you out. Calm down. So again, thanks for Vic joining. He's one of the moderators. There should be a few moderators. This is typically a low-key stream. Not a whole lot of issues or, drama. So we like to keep it that way. It's Trailer Talk Tuesday. We just like to get a little trashy, drink our Busch Light, and get to know the owners and the companies a little bit better. And what's up, Donald Long? Thanks for coming in. Donnie, it's James, Beard Metal Chef, watching. Okay, I got you. All right, yep. Totally get it. So, yep, there's another stream on tonight. So we are kind of, a lot of people will be bouncing back and forth. But if you want to win a prize, you got to be here for the Beard Feud. We have 6 questions, 7 questions. The 7th question will be a tiebreaker if needed. So, Jesse, go ahead and tell us a little bit about Cervantez, how you got started, what made you kind of get into the beard business.
How's it going, everybody? So first off, let me say thank you for bringing me on this live. It's definitely out of the norm for me, but let's do this. So I started the company back in 2020, the beginning of 2020. I started off with just 3 cents. My Valley Mango, which is an all-time hitter right now. my Monkey Barrel, which is banana taffy and vanilla, and then my barbershop, or also known as the shop. But you know, it's just one of those things when I started the company was because I didn't like buying, you know, products from Walmart and Target and all these other places that I was like, oh, that's all they have. And at that time, I was just starting to grow a beard. So I was like, well, I don't really know much about it, but there's products everywhere. So let me just start trying some stuff. So when I started trying all kinds of different products, I was okay with the products. However, my wife was like, yeah, no, I'm tired of, I don't want you smelling like a Christmas tree and, the peppermint. She got tired of it really quick. The other side of that was my daughter, who was recently born in 2018. So she's, very small. She started having reactions to the products that were on my beard. When I was trying to show affection to her, you would see it start to, it was giving her a skin reaction. So I started research from that point on. I wanted to grow the beard. The wife said, as long as you keep it clean, as long as you keep it smelling good, it's all good with me. So that's when I started to research. I started for maybe the next 6 months looking at different products, things to add in. And I started to perfect basically the mixtures. I know that when I did my testing, a lot of it was on myself. And I burned the heck out of my face so many times just because I didn't know anything. You know what I mean? Right. I didn't know what went well with different things. So, yeah, it was all bad on that aspect. But once I got the hang of it, it was just clear sailing. When I started off, I was just marketing off to like friends and family. And then I had a couple of my buddies tell me about barbershops. So, I mean, it was just one of those progression things. Like I started off with 3 cents. I'm up to 15 now. And, I give respect to all the other business owners out there just because, a lot of them are coming out with cents just every 2 weeks and they just keep pushing the envelope. And, that's what I aspire to do.
Awesome. Yeah. So, the research and development is always the fun part, especially when you're doing it on yourself.
Yeah.
So trial and error there. What's up, Beard of the North? Thanks for coming in. So it took me, I'd say I was probably research development probably for about 7-8 months, trying to get my first blend down before I actually got something I really liked and then put it out. So I got into, I've always had some sort of beard, typically the shadow when I was younger, up until about 2016, 2017. And then I started just kind of letting it grow and I kind of maintain the length I'm at now.
Yeah.
However, I'm going through I'm not trimming, I'm not doing anything right now. Back then everything was, when I first got into beard products, everything was Honest Amish, which Honest Amish is great. One of the probably the best ones you can get in Walmart or a large retailer. And then I ventured into Detroit Grooming was my second company. Being a Michigan, from Michigan, only made sense to try Detroit Grooming. Then Mountaineer brand, and everything back then was just so basic. And I probably say this every stream. It was like 1 cent. You got cedar, or and the game has just elevated so much. 15, 16, 10, however many, there's just so many variations, so many scent profiles that are coming in from, the different companies. So thoroughly impressed with Cervantez. I've had Cervantez guys for quite a while. I actually have the testers he sent me for the fall lineup, which I'll talk about. It's a little after the fact now, but that's a little bit of a different carrier blend as well to the other ones. So we'll kind of touch base on that. And then Beer Checker says, I hear you, but it gets old keeping up with a lot of scents. Yeah, it does get hard. And like I said, I'm micro batch. I'm doing everything by hand. So so many scents that, it does get overwhelming, but it's fun for me. I like to just kind of sit there and tinker around with things. And I'm sure that's most of the owners like to, just kind of tinker around, sit there and see what they can create. So I have 5 scents from his lineup, and then I have the 4 testers. And you were saying, what was your favorite one?
My favorite's always been the Valley Mango. Valley Mango was just one of those ones where it's just knocked out of the park, at least for my friends and family too. My wife loves it. It's one of those things where when I started making the scents, I always wanted to make something that your spouse would want you to wear every day, because I know that's one of the biggest things is, as men, we wear these products because we're like, it feels great. I love the smell, but not everybody, especially the spouses, like those, those scents that we like. So trying to find something that both parties would enjoy. I mean, there's been plenty of times where she's like, well, your beard's looking kind of, kind of raggedy today. Why don't you throw on the Valley Mango, or why don't you throw on Cuban, which is the sweet tobacco and vanilla scent. So just they're pleasant scents that you can wear all day. And I mean, the Valley Mango is always what does it great for me.
Yep, and it's not an overwhelming scent. Scent is pretty mild. So if you do have, like myself, cologne scents will give me a headache if they're too strong. These are mid-strength, I would say. Scent duration, I got anywhere from 6 to 11 hours, depending on which one I was testing. My favorite two, I mean, they're all good. We'll get into that. There is one that I didn't particularly care for, but it was still a good scent. And just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you will not like it. So my favorite, obviously, if everyone knows, I'm a tropical, fruity kind of guy, or I am a dark, scented kind of guy. So this one here is the Mr. C, and that's pineapple, coconut, and lemon. And it is very obviously tropical. So it's blended really well. You kind of get the lemongrassy, I'm going to say the lemongrass, pineapple, and all that kind of blend real well together, almost like a margarita on the rocks. You get a little bit of sea salt behind it. I know it's probably weird explaining a beard oil like a margarita on the rocks with a little bit of sea salt, but if you love tropical, that is definitely a great scent. Now, this scent here was quite unique for me, and it is called Date Night. And my camera is not the best camera, but I'm upgrading slowly. And this is actually sweet gummy and eucalyptus. So I was actually thoroughly surprised when I put that in. So up front, you get a strong gummy bear, vibe in the beard, and it mellows out. And then, you kind of get the undertones in it, throughout the day. So the tropical scent lasted me about 9 hours. The Date Night lasted me about 7.5 hours on that. So the carrier blend on these, sorry, I have I need to get a light right here so I can see a little bit better. But you have almond oil, coconut oil, hemp, jojoba, apricot, castor, grapeseed, vitamin E with keratin, and argan oil. So there's not a lot of companies you see that have keratin in the beard oils, kind of like a biotin. You don't see a lot of companies that have like the liquid biotin in it. So keratin is obviously great for the hair follicles and strengthening the hair, making it a little bit softer. It is in a lot of the shampoos and conditioners, the higher end shampoos and conditioners, in the salons. So, and then testing the fall lineup for him. It's called the Phoenix Oil Blend, and this is a phenomenal blend. This is a cucumber seed, aloe vera, avocado, argan, coconut, hemp seed, apricot, jojoba, and vitamin E. So with that, are you planning on bringing that into the full lineup, the Phoenix blend, or is that,
Yeah, so those ones I'm actually going to be offering it in each scent.
Okay.
Right now, like I said, for that one, for the fall blend, I released it on December 1st. So right now, I was just tossing it out to a couple people, one of them being yourself, and just saying, okay, this is the product that I've perfected from my original blend. I needed to find something and make something that absorbed it faster. I needed to make something that was. And that's why I named it the Phoenix, because it's in there. You just don't see it. You don't feel it, but you know it's there. One of those play on words, right? But I just, that was one of the ones I just decided to have fun with it and took out grapeseed, which from tons of reviewers are, there's a vendetta against it, which is
right.
Oh, fine. People like what they like. I understand. But, when I started the company, I already had a pretty good product. So I wasn't going to go, okay, take out the grapeseed completely, but there's a minute amount of it. For all the listeners out there, there's a minute amount. So even though I know, not a lot of people like it, it's there. So I needed to find a different blend. So I did pull out the grapeseed, and then I pulled out the almond oil. And then I added in the cucumber seed, the aloe vera, and then the avocado oil. And when I did that, those 3 oils helped the whole mixture absorb super fast. And it was one of those things where, like, you're in your little office and you're going, eureka! You found one of those mixtures that just it works.
So with the original blend, I didn't have a lot of trouble with it. So typically what I do, I shower, get out, dry off. I'll put it in as I get out of the shower, do my normal, routine, put my makeup on, my anti-wrinkle creams, all that stuff. And by the time I'm done with that, it is saturated in the beard, no oily residue. So I would say about 20-25 minutes, it is fully absorbed into the skin and beard. Now the Phoenix blend, that, like he was saying, it goes in relatively quick. So I'm within about 5 minutes, I would say. So there's a little bit of different duration of saturation and getting, into the beard. But overall, both blends, the original blend, I'm going to go 8.5 out of 10. Still a great blend, and don't take that the wrong way, please. And the Phoenix blend, I'm going to give it a 9.5. And so both of them are up on the top scale, up with the best of the companies out there.
Thank you.
And I'll go over some of the other profiles here that I have in a minute. There are some questions in the chat, so I don't know if you can see the chat, but I will pop them up. What's up, Mad Mixer? Thanks for joining us. And yes, stay trashy as always. And then Tatiana says, Cervantez Beard Company wanted to say thank you for your amazing products. My boyfriend loves it. His beard has never looked so good or smelled so good. Thanks. Finally, a product I love smelling on him. So
thank you for purchasing. I'm glad, like I said, both aspects. You bought it for your boyfriend, and you're showing the appreciation for it, for myself and for him. But
she it's girlfriend approved right there.
Exactly. It's funny, when I actually do my my craft shows, I tell all my customers, it's wife approved. All these scents, wife approved.
Right. So Tatiana is the official spokeswoman tonight of It Smells Great in Her Man's Beard. So if you have any questions, reach out to her. She'll be here all night. No, I'm just throwing you on the spot, Tatiana. Just enjoy the show. So Donald Long wants to know, what is the impact or the value of vegetable glycerin oil in the products?
So the vegetable glycerin was one of those ones where it was a last-minute add-in when I was making the carrier blends. The vegetable glycerin actually pulls in moisture and then locks it in. So while all the other oils absorb quickly into the beard, this one is going to keep your beard continuously pulling in moisture and keeping it hydrated. So again, when it came back to finding that right blend, going with the vegetable glycerin was definitely on a go-to. And then when I made the Phoenix blend, still had to stay in that blend, because once everything's absorbed, that's what keeps the moisture in there. That's what helps, continuously brings in to keep it hydrated. Yeah. So that's why that thing is just a gold.
And Tatiana says Lowrider is his favorite.
Yeah. So Lowrider. So if any of your listeners have seen my layout, Lowrider, OG, and Creed, those are my cologne scents. Those are cologne inspired of colognes that already exist out there. Lowrider is Allure Sport by Chanel. OG is Aqua di Gio or Aqua di Gio, however most people pronounce it. And then Creed is Blue by Chanel, which is just a phenomenal cologne. So like I was saying earlier, these other beard companies, once I got into the community, I just started adding people. Most of them were companies. Like yourself, I did purchase Honest Amish when I was, starting out the beard, and it was good for a while, but then my beard got tired of it. And then I moved on to, what was the next one? I think the other one was Fresh Beards. Okay. So I was just kind of bouncing around trying to find out what worked for me. And that's during that process, that's when I was like, well, this works and that doesn't work, and so on and so forth. And then I started to find out that going all natural with these products was going to be the best thing for each individual, especially my customers that are purchasing from me. They don't want to, buy anything that they can't pronounce.
Right. Yeah. And so like we said, there is grapeseed oil in it. It is bottom tier, not bottom tier. It is very minute levels or very minute ratios of the grapeseed. So don't let that scare you away. By law, um, by regulations, you're supposed to list the highest ratios to the lowest ratios on the bottle, and that does come in at the very bottom of the ratio list of the blend. So, Beard Shack says, "I hear you. We get the same hate, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Sounds like you're back swinging harder. Congrats."
Thank you.
Vato, is there a discount code for tonight? I am not sure. We haven't discussed that yet. There may be, there may not be. So you'll have to stay tuned.
Maybe we'll set one up.
And then, happy to help. 100% girlfriend approved. See, I'm still learning this, so I don't know how to pin comments on here. I can star them, but I don't know if the star pins it. It just tells me it's starred. So,
I'm seeing it on my side. So far that we're good.
Like if I go to my phone and I tap on it, it will let me pin it, but I don't know how to do it on the computer yet. I'm still learning, guys. Bear with me. You think I would know by now? I've been doing this for a couple months, but yeah. Let me go through. Beard of Vaco says Aqua de Gio. What?
Yeah, that's the OG. It's the good stuff.
All right, so I'll get into a couple more scents. I'll do two more, and then we'll do a couple of questions of Beard Feud. Then we'll get back into the conversation. So again, this one here, the Mr. So blind, the Mr. C, which is the pineapple, coconut, and lemon. That is my top scent, followed by Date Night, which is gummy eucalyptus. So again, gummy bear kind of vibe, mellows out into the eucalyptus, kind of blends really well together. Not a cologne vibe. So I know a lot of people think, date night cologne type thing, but it is not a very strong cologne at all.
Yeah.
So the next one is the Cuban. So that's the sweet tobacco and vanilla. That is a very well mixed, very good scent on the mild side. So they both blend very well together. So you don't have the higher ratio of the tobacco or the higher ratio of the vanilla. So it is well balanced in that. And I'm going to give you my negative one.
Okay.
Not really negative one. It's kind of biased because I hate bourbon or I hate whiskey. I can drink it, but I hate the smell of it. Don't ask me why. That's probably why I put so much Coke in it. That way I don't have to smell it. But it's the whiskey barrel and the butterscotch, and that is the good old days. I'm going to give it a whiff. And like I said, I'm kind of being biased. It's not a bad scent, but it's not my favorite scent. So
yeah, of course. I mean, like anywhere else, you can't win them all.
And it's not that the whiskey is overpowering, because it's not. It's very mellow. Again, mixed very well. But even one. So I'll tell you my story on my bourbon mixture here. Yeah, it's not like something I'm like, horrible. No, that I won't wear. I'll wear it, but it isn't. It isn't my go-to with Cervantez. So when I made Pirates Cove, and I kind of we all probably do it, try to tell a story with our beard oil. So I try to sit back and envision the name. I kind of keep it locally themed if I can in Florida. So we have a big thing called Gasparilla, which is a big Pirates festival in Tampa Bay because the Pirates and the Buccaneers back in the day. Okay. So I made the Pirates Cove. So that's bay rum, bourbon, a little bit of smoked bacon, so it brings a little smokiness behind it.
Okay.
And I'm like, I mix it, the bay rum, everything, and the bourbon. I'm just like, I can't. No, this sucks. Like, I can't put this out. I'm getting an echo. See if that's better. But so anyway, yeah, I put it out. Like I'm making it, and I'm like, this sucks. I hate the smell of it. And so I sent it to a buddy of mine, Matt the Bearded, who I kind of sent everything for him to kind of give me his take. If he tells me it sucks, I know it sucks.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is actually really good. And I'm like, are you sure? Because to me, it's just too bourbon. It's just too bourbony. Yeah, that's my backstory of probably why I don't like whiskey in the bourbon sense. Probably because in my younger years, I've gotten a little rowdy on it and had some rough days. But um, so then after I created the first blend, I got to thinking. I'm envisioning a pirate ship. That say I walk on a pirate ship. So you have the bay rum, you have the bourbon or the whiskey, because obviously the pirates are going to be drinking.
Yeah.
They're going to be cooking some sort of meat. So I picked the bacon, and then after I blended it and put it in the bottle, I'm like, I should have added like leather, obviously, because the leather straps and everything the pirates have. So that
Yeah.
might come down the road, but so that's my story of why I have trouble with the bourbon or whiskey scent. So
I love the whole layout of why each scent.
right.
Yeah. I've always felt that, especially with the leather. Leather is always overpowering, so you have to really take your time when it comes to mixing. Like that has to be the last ingredient because at least what I've come across so far.
Yeah,
As far as leather.
there's actually quite a few, not quite a few, but there's a few scents out there that are like for instance, lavender. It's like you have to get the perfect amount. Either it's too weak or it's way too strong. So there's a lot of testing in that as well. So we did those two. Let's go to the first round of Beard Feud. Let me pull up the question. And so I tailored this around kind of Hollywood because that's where Cervantez Beard Company is from. And, just try to keep it fun and learn some Hollywood history. And first question. What was the original name of the famous Hollywood sign? The original name of the Hollywood sign. And no, it was not Hollywood. I mean, it included Hollywood, but it was not just Hollywood. So the original name of the famous Hollywood sign. And thank you for putting the dots in there, Vic. I can always count on you, buddy. All right, crickets. They're all Googling. And Bearded Chef's Kitchen. So Bearded Metal Chef is the first one on my screen. And that's Hollywood Land. And that is correct. Bearded Metal Chef. And you almost, Donald Long was just right behind you, followed by Ellie. Bearded Joey Hookham, Beverly Hills. No, that is a city, but Vato, Save Peak, Vantoni, Hollywood Land, Vic, Hollywood Land. So, yes, it is Hollywood Land. That was the original name back in the day. So the next question. Is also in regards to the Hollywood sign. So what year was the Hollywood sign erected? What year was the Hollywood sign erected or put up? I'm going to put some dots in there. What year was the Hollywood sign erected or built? Man, bearded metal chef knows his Hollywood history. Boom, 1923. So bearded metal chef has 2 questions correct tonight. All right, and let's go through some of the other answers. Joey Hookham, 1977. Donald Long, 1923. Ellie, 1923. Vic, Vato, Vantoni. So yes, everyone got 1923. Born in Cali. Okay, so that explains a little bit.
Yeah, there it is.
All right, so we're going to do one more. And this isn't, I mean, you'll see the question. So we'll do 3 and 3. Just that way we get to talking, and by the time we know it, it's an hour and a half later. So we'll go on to the next question here. And this is a general consensus, the beard feud. This is not my pick. This is what the people in the nation picked. So, name a kids movie that makes adults cry. Name a kids movie that makes adults cry. And I think when I was a kid, I even cried with this one. Oh, and there, Vic has it. That was the general consensus, Bambi.
Bambi, every time.
Poor little Bambi. So Vic takes question number 3. And my pen just broke. Good thing I have another one. So Vic takes question number 3. So we have Bearded Metal Chef up 2 questions to 1 on Vic. So all dogs go to heaven. It was up there. Old Yeller was up there, but yeah, Bambi was the most voted on by the Beard Feud community. So let's take this question off. We'll put our pretty mugs back on and get back into the conversation. All right. So yeah, I was fortunate to test his Phoenix blend and his fall lineup. So my favorite one out of that, and so before I kind of tell them, is this something you're going to be bringing around next year as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So the Lumberjack. So the Lumberjack is, and I love this one. I'm almost out of it actually. So it's a, if I have to explain it my way, it's a woodsy cologne almost.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I would explain it. A woodsy cologne. Yeah, definitely. And that's my favorite out of the Phoenix Tester blend for the fall edition. My next one was the, where's it at? You got the trick Orchard. All right. So Orchard was the next one on my list. Bearded Vodka says stupid Bambi. What's up, Ryan Morge? Thanks for coming in. And this one kind of reminisces of a kind of a apple orchard. So up front, I get like a Macintosh apple.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of like a Granny Smith apple. So it's an appley scent, but it's kind of I don't know. There's definitely, I don't want to say cinnamon because there's not cinnamon in it, I don't believe, but
no.
Is there a dash of nutmeg?
No.
No. All right, maybe it's just the two apples blending together, but definitely you get, for me, the Granny and then the red apple. So then you have the Countryside, which was not my favorite, but again, don't let that discourage you. I get a little caramel in there, kind of like if you're at a fall festival, and you're walking by the caramel apple stand. That's what I get out of that one. I could totally be completely wrong, but
so far you're pretty far off on the Orchard and Countryside. Countryside is more of blueberry, coconut, cedar, frankincense.
Okay, and that's in bottle. So
yeah,
I'm gonna pop this bad boy. Put a little on the skin. And yes, ladies that are in here, the oils are great for your skin as well. So yeah, it definitely, you're right. Once you warm it up, it blends I still get the apple heavy up front, but it does blend in very well together.
That one was the Orchard.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Orchard, actually coming back to what we were talking about earlier with leather, there's leather in that one.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah. So it is. It was green apple. It was. Oh my God! I just forgot the green apple. It was strawberry, tobacco, vanilla, and leather.
I get it's a fresh leather. I can get that now.
Yeah, but this is what we were talking about earlier. It's so hard to mix the leather to where it's, other things have to overpower before you get it, but it is in there.
Yep. So now that you're definitely a fresh leather on that one. So yes, I did not really test the Orchard out much, but in the bottle, I got some good apple. So, and I'm always kind of back home. We have the apple orchards that they have the haunted trails through and stuff like that. So that's kind of where that brought me back to. What's up, Josue? Thanks for joining us. Donald Long, Cervantez is actually located in Hollywood, California, where all the stars live. So. All right. So any future plans, any future scents coming up? What do you have in the works?
Well, right now I've been bouncing around some scents. One of them, I'm trying to get more of a mint type of scent. And I wanted to have that one possibly ready to go by April. Just because, like I said earlier, like scents for myself I try to step outside of my boundaries. As where other creators are like, oh, I got this, I got this, I got this. I try to take a different approach to it. If you look at my earlier scents, like the Cuban, was sweet tobacco and vanilla. That was one of the first scents that I made. As we're now, the 4 that you just got for the fall scent, they have 5 to 6 different scents inside of them. So as I progressed, more scents started to get added to make my overall mixture. So for me, So for me, it's always a back and forth. Like they say, when you're your own boss, you are your worst critic. So I'm always fighting with myself. And if I feel like I got something, I let my wife know it, and she's like, "Oh, absolutely not." Or it's funny. She'll get something completely different from what I put in the bottle. I'm trying to put a mint scent. She's like, "That smells like bubble gum." So we always, go back and forth with trying to find something that works. But I am working on more scents. This year, I'm actually looking to get into a co-wash,
okay.
Or also just a overall just beard wash. Those are 2 things that I've seen pop up so many times, and it would be wrong for myself not to, go headfirst into that part of my industry. So
Right.
That's something I want to challenge myself on, and just I know it might not be difficult at all. It might be pretty easy to get done, but that's one of the things I'm going to push myself to do this year.
Okay. And do you offer samples? We have a question for that.
So I am working on a sample pack right now. But biggest thing that was for me was the bottle size. Now, if you're going to invest in something that's a sample, what is a good sample? The size that I sent you, which was a 10 milliliter. So I think that was the consensus that I came to. Yeah, those ones are the most likely to work. So now myself, I'm working on prices as far as my part of the whole process. Right, I want to get you guys, nice little case to keep them in, something that you can always go back to. Because I have about 15 cents, I'm going to be breaking them up. Again, the whole plan is just to go, so cologne type, fall type, so on, that type of idea behind it. But yeah, I don't currently right now, but I am going to in a very soon future.
So you're going to break it up by kind of category, your fall scents, your say Christmas,
Yeah.
So Josue says lowrider is fire. And Ryan says, I totally agree. My wife gets something totally different. So, and it's funny because I'll put something in for instance, I'll put it in my beard. I'm like, oh, what does it smell like? And it's like totally off. It's like not even close. So
that's another thing that I've learned while I've been in this community is just, things that smell, they're always going to smell different in beard compared to what's in bottle. And that's always blown my mind how that works.
Yeah. So when I originally started doing like Trailer Talk, I didn't open the boxes. I would literally open it on screen and give my scent take, how I liked the scent. And then, I mean, that doesn't do you, the folks in here, the consumers, any justice. Oh yeah, it smells good,
Hmm.
but how does it feel in beard? How does it break down in beard? How does it mellow out in beard?
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of switched it around, and I actually test the products for you before I, bring you on the show. So I put Breaking Donnie in, and she said strawberry. Yeah, Ryan, there is no strawberry in there whatsoever. So I know what you're talking about. I go through the same thing. So I think probably all, we all pick different things out, but for some reason, the wives or the girlfriends, yeah, they're not in the beer game, so they don't,
No, they don't get it.
So, but yeah, so working on a co-wash. So for me, like eventually down the road, I want to do like a whole men's grooming line. Do you plan on doing any? So like I do Castile soap. Do you plan on doing like body washes or lotions or anything like that?
Um, Eventually down the road, yes. I am thinking about, and again, it's nothing in concrete. Thinking about rebranding,
Okay.
but that's later down the line. This year, what I'm looking to do, like I said, was a beard wash, a co-wash, and then I'm actually going to be looking into new packaging.
Okay.
There's a couple opportunities that are popping up, especially in the larger retailers, Walmart, Target, where they allow small batch vendors to get into the facility. So I definitely want to have that presentation ready if I get that opportunity, so they can start pushing my stuff out on that aspect.
Right. And so I know we hear Walmart, we hear Target, and everyone automatically goes, no, don't do it. Um, And there's, for instance, Scotch Porter, phenomenal brand before they went into the big retail box,
Okay.
because they had to reformulate, and so essentially your product has to last, say, 2 to 3 years sitting in a warehouse.
Mhm.
So sometimes you got to work with them, and they kind of dictate what we need this to make this last. This, so there's a lot of behind the scenes work with that, and I would totally reach out to Dan, see if you have any questions. He knows 3,000 times more than I do, and he's always happy to help. So, and he has stuff that he's just put in Rite Aid and different things like that. So he would be the man with the knowledge on that. But I do know from him that some of the big retailers make you change your formulation, so those oils and that will last,
Last
two,
one.
three, 4 years in a warehouse in case they need it. So,
Yeah, something to think about, definitely.
all right. Any questions from the folks in the chat? I know you guys are a lively bunch tonight. Vato, you're pretty quiet. Vato's usually the one talking up a storm. And so, for the folks in the chat, I may be changing my schedule based on the promotion. I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be yet. It's either going to be 4 days on or 3 days off, or 4 days on, 3 days off, or 3 days on, 4 days off. So once I get everything finalized and get my schedule set in stone, I will either be moving, if I'm, Monday through Thursday, I'll be moving it to a Friday night, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm just kind of, so be on the lookout with that. Things may be changing here, and I may be going to one show a week, as well as, the coffee reviews I do. I'll have some craft beers coming up and just different things like that I enjoy doing. And then let's see, Vanessa, your beard looks great. Is it a result of you using your products?
100%. Absolutely. I think in the earlier stages of the company, I was actually testing out other products, different brands, different, when I had just gotten into this community. There are still a bunch that I haven't tried, and I'm still open to it. I mean, the whole the whole beard industry is how we're supposed to take care of other people's beards, right? So as far as my mindset is, I don't ever hate on another company. I see every other company as inspiration. So They might be doing something that would work well with my company at a certain point. So I use that as inspiration to move forward and build my own, make my brand name a lot bigger than what it is now. So, but yeah, 100%. I use all my own products.
Yep. And so obviously, very nourishing, keeps the beard healthy, primarily the skin under the beard, and the hair follicles. Biotin is very good. Collagen is very good. So it's a result of using quality products, drinking lots of water, taking care of the beard, and keeping it in tip-top shape. And you'd be surprised how many people, even I work with people that have longer beards than I have, and they just look malnourished. They look very dry, and I'm like, do you use beard products? They're like, no. Like, what is that? So I literally gave him a couple. I'm like, here's an oil, here's a balm. This is how you use it. And he came back, and he's like, wow, that's amazing. Like it's so soft, it feels so good. And then so I was like, the next thing you need to get is a good beard wash or a co-wash, because he was literally using his shampoo
Mm-hmm.
and his beard, and that's the biggest no-no. Like that's stripping your beard to a bare minimum. So yep, good products, good routine, lots of water, is always good for the beard, even the hair. So, and these products, for the females, you can put it on skin, you can put it in your hair. It's good for everything, and it's a lot better than some of the stuff that you can get cosmetics wise, all natural. So there's no harmful preservatives or ingredients or chemicals in that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Ellie said, fun balancing life and creating. Definitely. So I've had it good so far doing the 2 shows. But taking the promotion, I'm going to be a little bit longer days, but I will have a couple more days off than I normally would. So I have a better work life balance, a better business life balance where I can create more, and as well as coming on and doing some content with you folks, my favorite people, the beard community, and just having fun what I do. So bearded metal chef, would you be up to a customs for a little bit of money for those that are interested in the future? So custom scents.
Custom scents. Yeah. It's one of those things where I want somebody to experience a product for the experience. Some of the people who have bought from me wrote to me and said, you know what, the oil I feel is a little thick than what I'm used to. No problem. I'll send you out a new one with, more thinned out. Or I'll reduce the product. Or, you know what, I didn't know there was coconut oil in it. Can you pull no problem. Because this industry, I feel, it's a service industry, right? I'm not building another consumer. I'm building a companion to come and continue to buy from me, or tell their friends about my stuff. So the 1 or 2 bottles that I send out for maybe somebody who just wasn't, happy with the product. First off, I always see that as they wrote to me because they want me to fix something, and they're trying to give me the opportunity to fix it. So that's always in my head. Any messages that come to me, whether it be through Instagram, my emails, my business emails, I see that as an opportunity to build another friend, to build somebody who's going to continue to buy from my products. And then I've also felt, especially with, content creators and reviewers, you guys are the reason why I am where I am. You got me as a business owner, I know that I've gone through a good amount of reviews, but I actually took the information that was given to me, whether, good or bad.
Right.
Hey, this is too thick, this is too thin. Okay, cool. Let me adjust and move forward.
And that's what makes, you grow as a business person.
Yes.
And it also keeps the consumer coming back, for more products. So I would definitely rate this as a medium viscosity oil, which there's nothing wrong with that to me. But everyone does have a personal preference. Gray beards, red beards, different things like that. As you heard from Mr. Cervantez, he is willing to work with you if you want, something else, a custom scent. So just hit him up on IG. at Cervantez Beard Co. And then Donald has a good question. What made you decide on the logo and artwork for the labels?
So actually, that the logo was actually done with my brother-in-law. I told him I was looking to start a company, and we went through those steps. What are you looking for? When I first saw the first sketch of the logo, with just the head, that's on my logo, I said, the primary ones. I said, you know what, this looks like a mascot at a high school, you know. And he just started to perfect it little by little. It was back and forth maybe 5-6 times. I don't like that. Do this. Switch this. And then when it came to the actual wording, the lettering that came when we got to that portion of the logo, that one, it was actually, from what he was telling me and from what I saw, he created his own mixture of lettering. So a little bit of Old English and another type of font, and he mixed them together. And that one was I think it was twice. Hey, what do you think of this one? Tweak this, tweak that. Sent it back, brought me another one, and I was like, oh my God, I love it. But that's basically the story that was behind the logos. Was my brother-in-law. He was a big portion. He's actually an artist. And I actually look into other artists on Instagram to see if anybody was like, I think one of the biggest things that I get is a compliment from the logo. That's one of the biggest things that I get. Yeah. If they say, hey, do you sell beard products? Yes, I do. Cool. I love your logo. They don't even care about the beard products.
And obviously Cervantez is the last name, correct?
Yes, okay. That is my family's last name, yes.
Yep. And then Ellie, beard butter is her favorite lotion. And then I wanted to kind of touch base on, creating, taking things, in and out and trying to, please the customer. So when I first did my beard balm, it was not way too thick, but it was it was a heavy duty balm, you could say.
Okay.
So I had to kind of redo the ratios where it wasn't so waxy and so much like a mustache
wax. Yeah.
So you listen to the customers, and now the ones that have gotten it have loved it, and it's not necessarily a hybrid between the balm and the butter yet, but it is a good balm. And I'm in Florida, so I'm trying to find. I'm working on butter is a big thing now, so I'm trying to formulate a butter that will withstand the heat. So I'm looking at Capicoo and a couple other butters that I could use to kind of get that to the consumer without it being a total liquid. So
yeah,
always a creation aspect with any owner. You're always tinkering. You're always trying to find better ways to improve it for the customers. And it's just evolving. Everyday evolving kind of business. So Vic says, who created your wooden travel case? I've been looking for a company that can do something similar.
This was actually a friend of a friend. I actually have one nearby. So this is the travel box where you can fit 2 oils, the little combs that I sell, and then 2 butters. When I originally saw the idea, the guy was making a type of box, but it was for something else. And I asked him, I was like, hey, could you take my products and do the same type of idea? And he goes, yeah. But to answer the question more specifically, you're looking for someone who does CNC machine work. Those are the machines that have the little drill, and it kind of just etches out what you need done. Actually, I don't know if you can barely see it, but the logo's on the bottom.
Yep.
And then the wording is on top.
So that's actually a super nifty idea. I actually like that. So like, say I'm going on a cruise, I can take my 2 favorite oils, pop them in, boom, good to go.
Yep. One of the biggest, sorry to cut you out. One of the biggest things that I've noticed is that when I went to Mexico about a year ago, I had a bottle of oil break in my bag. So we showed up. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go have some fun. And then I opened up I was like, why does everything smell like Valley Mango? And I'm like, oh no. So that's when the idea came from the box, and I've been running with it ever since, But again, I can perfect it. Like I'm thinking about being it smaller, just one and one, maybe enough to just hold combos. So we'll see. We'll see where it takes me.
Yeah, and I'm worse than a woman. Like I take literally the last vacation I went on was a week. I took probably 12 combos, 6 pairs of shoes. Yeah, I'm worse than a woman. So when I like that would be perfect for me because like no, you're taking two. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And that for the most part, I did it just because I saw that I wanted variety, right? You don't actually have to pair anything up. There's a ton of people out there who do, one oil of one scent, a butter or a balm of another scent, just to kind of, play with it, whatever works for them. And that's when the box came into play. And I just said, you know what, this is amazing. I love it. So one of the things that I've noticed is just I think every month what I try to do is I try to restock on them.
Okay.
Right now, I think I have 2 more left for this, from the batch from December. So once those ones sell out, I'll hit up my guy who makes them, and then get another 15 to 20 or whatever I feel is going to call for.
And do you offer anything unscented? So like for me, um, I found I like the unscented balms or butters better.
Mm-hmm.
So that allows me one to buy more oils. Obviously, you can see behind me I have way too many oils. But so do you have any unscented oils or balms, or do you have that in the work or butters?
In the works, it's in the works. Nothing that I had set up initially when I made the company, which should have did that in the first place. But it's one of those things. You learn as you go along, and
Right.
over the last few months, I've noticed that some people have been asking for unscented. So that is something I'm going to start working on ASAP.
Yep. So and like me, I prefer balms because the humidity. So I kind of have a naturally curly beard. So with the humidity, I blow dry in the morning. After I put the oils in, let it kind of settle in. I blow dry, put a little more oil in, and then I put a balm in. Kind of helps keep the flyaways down. But I'm actually venturing into the butters, and thoroughly enjoying the butters, and that's kind of where everyone is going now. A
Mm-hmm.
mainstream type of thing is the butters. So, um, and Vato says I like my oils like my women thick. I would agree with you. Thicker than a snicker.
Mm-hmm.
And even Bearded Metal Chef. Um, so yeah, we actually have. Well, we don't. There's actually a big beard meetup in Orlando, March 30th. So I know Dan C's coming down. There's a ton. Since I got in the community, there's so many people that live in Central Florida, the Florida area. Bearded Metal Chef hung out with him at one of the tailgates in Tampa, different things like that. So what's up, ABB? Thanks for coming back. Josue says, I was really surprised with the Cervantez balm. So I do have one balm, and I would thoroughly impressed with it as well. I don't have it's in the bathroom. I didn't think to bring that because I only had the one. Vato says, Aldemir, I got 5 dark scent samples from Bay Area on the way. What's up, Nick H? Thanks for coming in. Good to have you here. So Bearded Metal Chef will be at the meetup. So I think that's kind of a yearly tradition. Well, will be now. Last year, I was never really involved in the community per se up until last year, right after March. I kind of started getting more involved thanks to Disney Beardsmen, who I work with. So it's been madness ever since. That's where it all got started.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll definitely be out there this year. So Ruddy Man Grooming, he'll be down at the end of this month. So I'll try to meet up with him for drinks or dinner or something like that. So it's just a big community, that everyone helps everybody. And for the folks in the chat, if you don't know, January 26th, that's a Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. We are doing a huge charity event. We have about 50 items to raffle off already for Bearded Ant and his son to help with their medical expenses. You can look on my IG. Um, for that, I will be putting out a list of donors or donations and what they're putting in for the auction. That way, you guys can kind of see what you'd want to bid on and what what you'd pass, what you want, and different things like that. So some cool items coming up, and I just want to kind of promote that so we can get everyone in there and make it a huge success for Bearded Ant and his son Christopher, and do our part as a community. And that's kind of why I came into the community, was to try to uh, better it. I want, I'm more of an advocate for, taking care of people, helping the homeless, and just being that human we all should be.
Yeah.
And yes, Vic, try not buying everything again. So the last auction we did for cheering for Charlie, Vic probably bought 20 items. Yeah, so yeah, Vic went a little overboard that night. I don't know if he was drinking or what he was doing, but yeah, certainly went overboard on that. So, and then the next oil we have here is, I'm so blind, Valley Mango. So that's the one you were talking about, and I'm gonna say this is my third favorite. So it's definitely mango, and you get a little vanilla behind it.
Hmm.
Yeah, so if you bearded metal chef, yeah, knows. Like if he were there, like he went overboard. I'm surprised his wife didn't divorce him or kick him out of the house. So, but yeah, this one is also phenomenal. It just has such a great scent out of the bottle,
Yeah.
and I use this one quite a bit. Obviously, I'm tropical, so the two tropical scents I've used more than any of the others. And
Yeah.
then the date night is a super. I don't know. It's very unique. You get the gummy, you get the eucalyptus, so it's an awesome scent that is very well blended for me. So yes, he was savage with the bids. I think Vic took it personal that night, like nobody is going to beat him. So um, take it easy this time, Vic. We got a lot of stuff coming up. So all right, so let's get into the last three questions of Beard Feud, and we'll have some more conversations. All right, so. Name something in every James Bond movie. Something that's in every James Bond movie. I'll give you a hint. It's in the photo. Aston Martin, that's a good one. Gun Barrel Ellie, and then Josue. It's actually a gun. So Ellie, I don't know if that's all right, folks. So I'm going to let you guys decide if it's actually the gun. That was the general consensus. So I'm going to let you guys decide if Ellie is correct with the gun barrel. If not, Josue takes it with the gun. So let us know in chat what you think. Always try to be fair here. So Bearded Metal Chef Martini. Vato says tuxedo. All right, don't get silent on us. Does Ellie win it with the gun barrel? Or does Josue win it with the gun? I will. Josue can get the points. It's cool. Okay, Ellie. Yeah, Ellie is always a winning. So she always loves to pay it forward as well. Great. Her and her husband are great people in the community to have around. So, and it was gun. So Josue, you got it. Congratulations. We are going to go to the next question. And this is kind of involving a movie studio. What four brothers found, or what? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I totally typed that wrong. What four brothers founded by four brothers in 1918? So that doesn't make sense. I know. Yes, I get it. So, what studio was founded by four brothers in 1918? That's how it should have been worded, but I was trying to do this at work today in a rush during inventory, so I totally messed it up. I do apologize. So, what four brothers created a studio in 1918? What's up, A-Bit? Thanks for coming in. Josue, Ellie actually is the first one. So Warner Brothers is correct. So Warner Brothers were four brothers from Ohio that started the Warner Brothers Studios in 1918. So Ellie gets that one. Ellie gets redemption on Josue. All right, and this is the last one, unless we get a tiebreaker, and then we will go on to the seventh question. And this one's going to be hard to read as well, so I'm going to have to read it to you. So the first movie entirely made in a Hollywood studio in what year? It was the very first movie created in a studio in Hollywood in what year? So it's kind of a two-part question. Vato. You gotta learn. You gotta learn. So this is supposed to be fun, Vato. This is good knowledge. I would not like to go to the DMV. That place is horrible. So Bearded Metal Chef said 1910. That is incorrect. But you also have to name the name of the movie. Everyone's on their Google. All right, are we gonna get a tie? Who's gonna take it? In Old California, 1910. Ellie, negative. A movie made entirely, completely in a Hollywood studio. The first one ever, completely done in a Hollywood studio, and the year. Vic says 1910 Old California. That's not correct, according to the general consensus. 8-Bit says White Christmas 1954. So you're all pretty close with the years of 1910, but had a couple more and a different name. Jackass. Well, speaking of Jackass, I can't wait for the new movie to come out in February. Or yeah, is it February? Yeah, it comes out February. So I have no idea. Just love that movie. Haha. This is a very tough. Good luck, everyone. Break out them Google thumbs. Man, we're an hour in. Time flies when you're having fun. All right, all right. Nobody's getting it. 1894, A Man Sneezing. Bearded Metal Chef. No. All right, so I will give you the year. The year is 1914. And the movie starts with the. The what? The something. 1914, the some. Like the. I guess this was a little harder than I thought. I'm going to have to start picking easier questions for y'all. See, I was trying to tailor it around Hollywood and the Hollywood history and the, you know, the movies. All right, you're getting close. There we go. Bearded Metal Chef with The Squaw Man. That is correct. The Squaw Man in 1914 was the first movie that was created completely in a studio. So Bearded Metal Chef takes the win tonight with 3 out of the 6 answers correct.
Very nice.
Beard Shack Matrix 2. Yeah, I stumped y'all. I had to work for that one. So, but congrats, Bearded Metal Chef. And Mr. Cervantez, what does Bearded Metal Chef win tonight?
He is going to be winning a combo of any scent, along with one of our hats of any choice.
Very nice. So, Bearded Metal Chef, make sure you hit up Cervantez Beard Co. and he will get you taken care of. And you've heard the scents I recommend, but we all have different sniffers and different preferences. So pick one that you would like. All right. So we're hour 10 minutes in. Any final words from the audience? Any final words from you, Mr. Cervantez? Let us put our beautiful mugs back on the screen before we go. There we are.
I just wanted to say thank you for having me. Thank you for all the listeners out there. You guys are awesome. Thank you for interacting. But I just wanted to say, please try out the products. Stop by, give a like, follow over at the Cervantez Beard Co. On Instagram. Also, if you guys, like I was telling you earlier, if you guys wanted to purchase a product and you're not sure if you like one or two of the ingredients, please write a note inside of the comment box at checkout, and I will take anything you like out. Or you can reach out to me through Instagram or Cervantez Beard Co. at gmail.com.
Awesome. So there we have it. And so be sure to check out Ferocious Beard. They are on as well with his Tuesday show. So make sure you head on over there and check that out. So I can pass the combo forward, but keeping the hat. Haha, just asking. So that's up to you and Mr. Cervantez. So just kind of get with him and you guys can work that out. Again, thanks for joining Trailer Talk Tuesday. I always want to say Trailer Trash. I don't know why, but Trailer Talk Tuesday. What's the Instagram? Cervantez Beard Co. Cervantez with a Z. Vato, you don't even have Instagram. It's 2020. You got to get Instagram. We're going to start a petition for you, Vato, for Vato to get an IG. That's going to be the new community. That's going to be the new community effort. Give Vato an IG. All right, so that wraps it up. I appreciate you coming in and joining us for Trailer Talk Tuesday. We will see you Trailer Talk Thursday with Weird Beard. And until then, keep it classy, yet a little white trashy. All right. Any final words from you, Mr. Cervantez?
Thank you guys, and have a great night.
All right. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.